Welcome to this episode of What's Happening Waupaca. I am Joni Kern. We are talking with Dean Sondrel, who is here to talk about the triathlon. Now, we saw you last year when we were talking about the triathlon, so welcome back, Dean.
Thank you. Nice to be back.
Now, the triathlon this year is on August 20th.
August 20th, yep.
With the kids' triathlon
The night before, yep.
evening before, so
On
it's a
Friday,
Friday,
yep.
Saturday thing.
Yep.
Now, we got to talk about first what you offer. So let's talk about the kids' part of the triathlon first.
Okay. The kids triathlon, that takes place on Friday evening. And what it is, we have different age groups from 4 and under, 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, and then the 9 and 10 swim portion where they actually have to go out and swim. Otherwise, they can kind of just run in the water if they don't want to. And the distances vary. For the older kids, it's a little longer. It's the swim is probably like 50 yards to 100 yards. And then for the older kids, it's a little longer. And then they run up the beach. And if you know from South Park, running up that beach to the area where the parking is to get their bikes. And then they'll either bike down to the post office or they'll bike halfway, depending on their ages. The younger kids don't have to go quite that far. And then they'll run around the park. And we'll probably get between 250, 300 kids of that age group who come and participate.
I was there actually a couple of years ago, and we talked to some of the kids and a couple of the parents and had a lot of fun doing some taping. That's quite the to-do, quite the event that goes on with all of those kids.
It is wonderful. These kids they're so fired up and excited, and you just watch them go, and they all have different, you can see sometimes the parents are running along with them, sometimes the kids out by themselves, and it's just fun because they're just so excited to finish. And for them to compete and have that fun of doing that. I also work with some of the other activities in town and runs, and I go to the learning center, and I mention to the kids about their running and doing the triathlon, and all the kids who do, I did that. They're so excited about doing that, so it's kind of fun. It's a great event for the community that evening. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a great thing to come watch. If people don't want to do it because they're too old, it's a great thing to watch. It's exciting to the young kids.
Sure, and there's a lot of people there that are just watching as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the adult portion on Saturday.
Okay, the adult portion starts at 7 o'clock in the morning. So there's out in different waves of 50 people. And we have a long, short, and a short course. The long course is a half-mile swim, followed by a 20-mile bike, followed by a 5K or about a 3-mile run. The short course, that takes place, and we have about a quarter-mile swim, and then about 11-mile bike, followed by a 2-mile run. And we'll probably get between the two of them around 900 people. We also do a relay, which you just break up each section and a different person can do each section. So last year we started, for some of the younger people who aren't ready to do the full and they can't do the long bike, we have for 16 and under kids, they can do the long or the short course as a relay. Otherwise we have the relays of the long course only.
And that's really enjoyed by the people who participate, and you have participants that come in from all over the place for this.
Yes, we get them from all over, from Illinois area, Minnesota, Michigan, and then just random people from outside the states.
Sure.
We'll get the people because if they have a pace of the chain, they'll come and do it. And we know some groups, they just make it a regular activity. They come because, hey, that's triathlon weekend, we're going to be there.
Sure. Now, this is fun for all of the participants, and it's great for the kids and the parents as well. But this is truly something that is about giving back.
It is. It's a volunteer. This is run. It's not. We don't have any group who's getting paid to do it. It's a volunteer organization, and then we have volunteer organizations that come and help us. The Lions come and help. The Boy Scouts are a big portion, and the different church groups in the area, and there's just a whole bunch of different groups that come and they help us put this on. And our big thing that we really hear from most people is the number of volunteers, where almost every corner you have to turn on, there's a volunteer. If they're biking, if there's a road going one way or a turn, there's somebody telling them which way to go. And I've been to other races where it's basically after I leave the starting line, I see nobody. So it's really nice because these people are cheering them on, and it's really nice.
And they provide water.
Yep.
So if it's really warm weather, we were there 2 years ago and it was very, very warm. Yep. So there was water for everybody there. So what last year, you made $11,242.
Well, that's the money that went back to volunteers.
Okay, so that
Yep.
went back because,
So back into the community. My son works for the Scouts, so I know that a little bit. So that money those Scouts were able to go to Scout camp or to use that money to go to Scout camp and things like that. So it helps out for a lot of people.
so I think that's the greatest thing about this.
I agree,
Is
yeah.
that not only do groups, like you have the Scandinavia Library coming this
Yep,
year,
Scandinavian
right?
Library comes, yep.
So not only do you have groups of people that come, that serve the community, but then they get money back that they can use on whatever programs they want to use them
That's
on.
right. And I think that's a great thing. It's not really a for-profit, triathlon. It's money to give back to the community. And I think that's what makes, I enjoy doing it most because of that.
And yeah, and it's $11,000 to give back to those groups. That's a huge,
Yeah.
that's a huge amount of money.
Yeah, we had 367 volunteers alone, to make up that. So there's a lot. That doesn't count some of them who aren't with that money. They're the people who are working. So it's really a lot of people active.
There was, and like I said, 2 years ago when I was there for the kids portion, there was a ton of volunteers there. Ran into all kinds of people I knew. So it's August 20th. How can I register?
You can register online. Just put Waupaca Triathlon, and it'll come up, and you can register online. That's the easiest way to do it. But also, if you don't want to do the triathlon, you can write to the chamber, stop by the chamber, and say you're interested in volunteering. And you can be put at a corner, you can be helped to set up on a Friday, you can hand out water. There's tons of activities for people to do. So, and I enjoy that most. I used to do the race, and now because I'm so busy with other things, I actually enjoy more being a volunteer and helping
Sure.
out and seeing the people across the finish
Sure.
line.
Or you can just come and you can watch.
Oh yes, definitely.
But keep in mind that there's all kinds of stuff there, and it's a great way to have a family outing or get people involved in exercise, because it's not, I mean, this isn't the Boston Marathon where it's, all about first place. It really is about being active.
It's about finishing. People, it's fun to watch. You'll see the people who finish, they have a challenge to finish the race, and they cross that line.
Absolutely.
They're excited,
Great.
so it's great.
Dean, it was great to have you here today.
Nice to see you again.
We'll see you probably next year talking about it again.
I hope
This is,
so.
what year is this?
You mean
for
you're
the-
not coming to do it this year?
Oh dear.
I thought we talked about that last year.
We did. Last year I said, if I exercise all summer, didn't happen.
At least come watch, maybe.
Maybe I'll do that.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank
Dean.
you. Yep.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of What's Happening in Waupaca. We will see you soon.